Hi, everybody. It's Wednesday evening. It's region weather meteorologist Matt Wentz. Want to bring you this region weather live with hopefully some positive news in the forecast because it does get colder from here. So we'll search for the light at the end of the tunnel in terms of that forecast. But we've got a lot to talk about, a very active pattern that continues across the Great Lakes that includes us here in the region with just constant storm systems coming at us at least through the weekend at this point. So we'll chat about what that means for you and your weekend plans, all in this Wednesday evening edition of Region Weather Live. And welcome in, everybody. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope you had a wonderful start to your week. We're now past the midway point. 2 more days for a lot of you, those that work weekends. I get it. It's okay. I do Sunday through Thursday, so I get it as well. Heather wants something warm. Heather, I'll try. Jeff says, "Hey, no snow." Hey, Derek, how you doing tonight? Mark, I know it's just not pretty outside. Jason, thanks for joining us, and Gail, good evening to you as well. We haven't met before, I'm region weather meteorologist Matt Wentz, and I'll tell you what, it's been an active day. I spent all day doing severe weather coverage here locally. We had a tornado warning just outside our viewing area, but severe thunderstorm warnings elsewhere. We were just waiting for these storms to go. So I'm mentally exhausted after doing that, for the last 6, 7 hours or so. But we've got a lot to get to. So I wanted to make sure we did this region weather live tonight to get you guys prepared for the weekend and what we have coming up. All right, a couple things. We've got two sponsors of the show that I absolutely have to thank. Guys, sponsors aren't an earworm. I'm not trying to get an earworm in you. They keep the show free. They support me to be able to, so I can afford this stuff, right? There's subscription fees. There's all sorts of things to put on something like this and to do weather daily, right? And on top of all the hours. So if you get a chance, please support our sponsors. Tiger Plumbing out of the Highland area. It's a family-owned business. If you have anything that you need a plumber for, they're not just awesome, but they come out for free, which is great. So please support them. And then Grieger's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Valpo, just a wonderful family-owned business as well. I love working with local businesses, and these are two of my favorite, not just because they sponsor the show, but because I've gotten to know them over the last couple of months. So please support them to let them know that you appreciate them supporting us here at Region Weather. So I appreciate you for all you do. I did get a couple DMs over the last 3 days. Where can I get a Region Weather shirt, stuff like that. If you don't know, it's shopregionweather.com. We have everything, mugs, all sorts of stuff. A lot of you have received your shipment that you got a week ago, and I've gotten good feedback on the sweatshirts. Some of the sweatshirts are running a little large, actually. At least one person had that. So we're taking care of them, and then there's other stuff. I think the t-shirts and everything else run great. But anyway, that's your gear for you there if you need it. Okay, let's get into the map, shall we? We've got a lot going on weather-wise. This low pressure that's over us right now is that same low pressure system that we were dealing with 4 days ago. If you joined me on Sunday night, we were talking about this thing coming out of the Plain States and how it would be with us all week. It's still with us. It's right over Northwest Indiana right now. So if you perhaps are a migraine sufferer, or if you're very in tune with the weather, whether it be arthritis, whatever it is, this low pressure is right over us. So if you're feeling something, it's because the low's over us. This is the same low pressure that caused all the severe weather down towards the south. You probably saw some of the tornado footage out of New Orleans. Texas got hit hard the day before. They've got tornadoes in the Carolinas. We've had a couple in West Virginia. This has been a pretty active spring storm system, and it's a pretty powerful area of low pressure. For us today, we had the rain, obviously. We had some rumbles of thunder. Most of that went out over the lake. I know a lot of you got or messaged me about the funnel cloud potential that the Weather Service was putting that special weather statement out about. That's because we've got very cold air aloft. It's almost like a November setup when we get those cold air funnels. And that was earlier this evening. I didn't see anything that was worthy of sending a message out. If there was anything squirrely, it was out over the lake. But for us here in the region, we had no threat from those, at least from what I could tell on radar analysis. But now what we deal with is kind of the back edge of this. It's going to remain showery tonight. It's going to remain showery tomorrow. If you have travel plans into areas of Wisconsin, maybe even northern Illinois, you might have some wet flakes tomorrow. And then we see another system that comes in beyond this that's going to really bring in some cold air for the weekend. Remember last Sunday we were talking about this and I said, I hope that changes. My goodness, it hasn't changed. Everything's pretty consistent in this cold spell. So, you heard it here first, but I wish you didn't. Okay. A couple of your comments here. Faith says spring break and her boys are stuck inside last 2 days. I'm sorry, Faith. I know this time of year, it's always like you want to plan your spring break with the weather. I wish you could adjust it, but you can't. And it's usually just nasty, at least a couple of days of spring break. Jan, I appreciate the comment on Tiger Plumbing. They are fantastic. So I'm glad you said that for sure. Joey says, hey, what's a good storm shelter company in Northwest Indiana? Joey, thanks for joining us on our YouTube channel. First of all, if anyone has the answer, feel free to answer in the comments. We'll send that on. Okay. Heather's disappointed already. All right, let's get into it. That way we at least know what we can be disappointed about. And we're all in this together, everybody. We enjoy the nice days together. We get through these days together as well. Here's our low pressure. Here's where we are right now. Low sitting right over the region. Tomorrow we bring in showers, okay? It's just going to be just showery, drizzly, kind of dreary outside. Our wind is going to stay out of the west and even southwest. Typically that's a warming wind, but it's not because there's colder air southwest of here, which is really interesting as everything's kind of wrapped in. So showery tomorrow. We remain showery tomorrow night. Here's your chance of some wet snowflakes mixing in. Not expecting any accumulation from this, but locally that would be tomorrow night into Friday morning. That system kind of starts to wind down finally. The low pressure has been very compact and then it becomes kind of elongated and then it kind of fizzles. The reason why it fizzles is because we have a new, stronger system coming out of the north, right out of Canada. It's a clipper system. These bring cold air during the wintertime. They bring cold air in the springtime too, but they're a little bit more rare this time of year. So you notice how the rain starts to fade Thursday night, some rain and snow mix, and then it starts to pick up again. You notice the winds get real gusty Friday out of the northwest. Friday. As we go through time on Friday, this clipper system comes in. We have gusty northwest winds, and then we start to talk snow later in the day Friday. This time of year, the snow can be kind of thunderstorm-esque because there's a lot of heating that goes into the ground that we don't get in January. So we may have some, believe it or not, perhaps some thunder snow around here late Friday. It's going to be few and far between, but just keep in mind that's certainly a possibility. We'll likely have some squalls where you get a burst of heavy snow and then it goes away. And then you get a burst of heavy snow, it goes away. And we'll also have gusty winds. So we're really going to have to watch late Friday as this clipper moves in. We're beginning to get a look at it on the near-term modeling. So you can see how the system looks as it's moving in. Just cold air coming down. And look at the little gusty squalls that develop on it. Where they go, too early to tell at this point. But keep in mind, later Friday, nasty, right? Temperatures going down, windy. We'll have squalls. We'll have sun next minute, squall, sun next minute. Okay, that's how it looks. So I want to take you forward here. We'll go to the Euro model. I'm going to take you all the way through the weekend, and we'll even talk about next week because there are some improving conditions. Here's the system on the Euro. You can see it coming south. The Euro doesn't pick up on those fine-tuned details that the NAM and these high-res models do. So there will likely be some squalls in here, some bursts of snow. Is it going to be a huge impact? No. I'm just letting you know what the radar is going to look like that day, where we're going to have these bursts of snow in between everything. Wind is out of the northwest. That system settles south. We'll probably get some lake effect going. The dry air is really going to kind of erode this, but into the day Saturday, this is Friday night, Saturday, we'll probably have some sort of lake effect going, probably LaPorte County, maybe Eastern Porter County. It doesn't look to be a huge deal, but don't be surprised. You see how the Euro's not really showing that? It has a little bit in there, but I would imagine it'll be a little bit more robust than what the Euro is saying. So plan for some snow showers around in the snow belt on Saturday. Not a big deal, not expecting big accumulations. Could see a little bit local. I can't believe I'm talking about this. It's almost April, but 'tis the season. And you notice how we stay cold to start next week. This is Monday and the Tuesday. Our next system develops. This is going to be another vigorous low that comes out. And we're talking next week now. So we're talking Tuesday, Wednesday. Low pressure comes out of the plains. We're pretty confident in this because the models have grasped on this for a couple days. But you notice how this comes in with rain. A couple of model runs ago, it was saying an ice storm, but that's gone. Thankfully, didn't buy that. But you see how this system comes in with all rain, probably a quick warm up on the front end of that, and then we're back to a little bit of cool air behind that. But it doesn't look too terribly bad. This cold shot we're getting this weekend looks to be probably the coldest left of the season. All right. I don't think future cold snaps in April are going to be as cold as this weekend. So if there's one positive way to look at this weekend's weather, it's the fact that this is as bad as it gets this time of year, and it's only going to get better from here. Is that a good spin or what? I try. And so temperatures, let's look at those, because the big question in the modeling right now and what you're seeing on your phone apps or any weather app or any forecast is we all know we're going to get cold this weekend. The big question is, how long do we stay cold? Some of the models keep us colder longer next week with the reinforcing shot. Other models kind of warm us up a little bit quicker, which I would expect this time of year, but you can't rule out the cold. So here are your temperatures, and I'll let you decide. Let's start at the beginning. This is the warm up that we had today with that little brief spell. And I say warm up compared to where we're going. This is tomorrow. We'll have highs in the 40s. So I said manageable, right? It's not too bad. Friday, we'll have just a brief warm up out ahead of that system where we'll likely peak in the upper 40s. And then our temperature will crash in the evening. Remember, I said that cold northwest wind kicks in. And watch this cold set in on Saturday. This is impressive for the Great Lakes. There's widespread 30s and 40s. We'll probably struggle to get out of the low 40s Saturday. And then that cold air just kind of sets in on Sunday, where we struggle to get out of the 30s on Sunday. And I do think we'll have some lake effect snow falling out in LaPorte County up into Michigan as well with that really cold snap. Here's Monday's map. Look at the difference. The Euro has us in the 30s. The GFS warms us up a little quicker. So here's what I'm talking about. The Euro tends to keep us colder. We're in the 30s on Monday. Look just down to our south, though. There's 70s and 80s widespread. That is a true springtime air mass and weather map. And then it holds on Tuesday. The Euro keeps us in the 30s. I'm going to bump us up to 40s, maybe 50s on Tuesday, because all the rest of the models keep us a little bit warmer. But boy, if this verifies, we're cold and it's warm just miles south of us. And then watch how this kind of moves east as we get that warm up. So we go from 39 for a high, says the Euro on Tuesday, to 66 for a high on Wednesday. What a ride that's going to be, right? And then we go back to some brief cold, but not too bad as that warmth builds down to the south. But the one thing you've noticed if you've been watching these forecasts over the last couple of weeks, there's a lot more warmth on the map, right? That's a true sign that it's spring. You get widespread 70s and 80s to the south. So the warmth is certainly available and it's there. We just need a south wind to get it here. And unfortunately, over the next 7 days or so, it doesn't look like we get a whole lot of south wind to help us out. So we'll keep the wind out of the northwest for now. We might get a little bit of snow. In terms of accumulation, I don't think a whole lot. We'll dive into that over the next couple days when we fine tune this lake effect, but definitely going to turn a little snowier around here. Okay. So that's what we're dealing with. If you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead. Keep it clean though. And I'll go back and read some of the stuff that you've said here. Let's see. Yeah. Parents going crazy with the kids inside. Let's see. Yuck, did wet snowflakes. Yeah, Jenny, I did. I'm sorry. Supposed to bring April showers, bring May flowers, not March. You know how it works. It's usually April showers bring more May showers, which bring more June thunder showers. And then finally the flowers pop out at some point. I just feel that's how it goes. That's funny. Heather's leaving. Sorry, Heather. Jenny, sorry as well. Maxwell's excited for thunder snow. Yeah, it's not too hard to do this time of year with the convective nature of the atmosphere. So we'll see. All right, Sarah has a question, trying to decide when I should drive home from Kentucky, straight up 65 the whole way, either Thursday night or Friday morning. That's a good question. Gosh, I'd hate to see you driving at night. Both are fine, Sarah. We're not talking major winter weather. I mean, we're just talking inconvenience weather. So if you leave Thursday night, this is what Thursday night will look like. Right in here. So you're going to have scattered showers, up your drive. You'll have, probably more steady showers towards the lakeshore, but it's manageable. And then you see how a lot of that fades. A lot of this is driven by the daytime heating. And then if you're deciding to go, Friday morning, This is your Friday morning right here. It's pretty much the same thing, just scattered showers. Neither one's bad though. So whatever works best for you and your schedule, that's what I would do for sure. Hope that helps. Joey, you're welcome on that. Aw, Marilyn, I know we all came out of hibernation too soon. It's called what they have that chart for Northwest. It's actually for everywhere, but it's like full spring and fall spring and all that. That was just false spring. Linda's daffodils are starting to bloom. Yeah, a lot of area plants starting to come up, so we know it's coming, right? Maxwell, we're in a weak La Nina right now. I wouldn't get too tied on that, to be honest. At least the research that I've done and what I've seen is that La Nina and El Nino, that's great, but why have we had so many different La Ninas, and why have we had why an El Nino doesn't mean we have a certain weather, right? It's because it's tied to so many other things in the atmosphere. There's so many other patterns that help drive that. So one of the things I look at is the Pacific Oscillation, which basically is the jet stream going up into Alaska, or is it coming down through California? If the jet stream ever goes up into Alaska and the West Coast is dry, which they've been, right, for the most of the winter, exception being December and last week, if the West Coast is ever dry and the systems are going up into Alaska, you better bet we're going to be on the cold side of things, because that air has to come down from Alaska. If the West Coast is getting hammered with storms and rain and snow, then more than likely we're going to be on the warmer side of things over here. So I watch that oscillation a little bit closer than I do caring about a La Nina or an El Nino. It's all tied together somehow, but no one's figured out exactly what one means, because the weather changes every single week. Matt, it's not too far out. Tuesday, look for rain driving from Davenport to Portage. So let's go back to this. Tuesday, I think Davenport may have some rain around. I don't think it'll be here yet, though. It's that next system that's coming in. So here's Monday. Here's your Tuesday. So here's Tuesday afternoon. The low pressure will be moving into Iowa. The rain doesn't attach to the Gulf of Mexico until late Tuesday. So that's when we'll see kind of the radar blossom. But yeah, it looks like Tuesday, Davenport has some scattered showers around. This may change a little bit, but I think we'll still have a low pressure around. And then Tuesday night and Wednesday is when that rain comes east. So best bet as of right now would be to leave early Tuesday if you can. All right. Yeah, no massive storm, Sarah. You'll be okay. And it doesn't look to be a big snow mess. We may have some flakes flying, but it doesn't look too bad for sure. Maxwell, awesome. I'm glad that makes sense, buddy. And Heather, oh, my mom's have some green on them too. Yeah. A lot of area plants coming up. We've got, gosh, what is that plant called? I'm shooting a blank right now. Not a hydrangea, azaleas. We have azaleas in our front yard, and they've got the green popping up on them too. So we'll see. Matt, you're welcome, buddy. I hope that helps. You have a nice name too, so I'd be happy to help a fellow Matt. Anyway, so I think that's it, you guys. So in recap, as I always like to do to end these shows, we've got colder air coming our way. We've got showers that'll be with us tomorrow. Just kind of a dreary day. We'll get through it. Showers may mix with a little wet snow tomorrow night. We get a renewed shot of cold in here late Friday. So Friday, we may see a little bump in temps out ahead of this system, but then it turns cold Friday night. Saturday, Sunday look kind of raw and wintry. We'll likely have some lake effect snow showers around. And then next week, we'll get back to a spring pattern. It depends on how much we warm up, but at least we'll have rain. We're not talking snowflakes, and we'll go there. Okay, next week. We'll deal with that when the time comes. Okay. Oh, Mark, that's okay. You shouldn't be on here at work. That's Nat. Hopefully that recap just helped. If not, just message me. Heather, yes. If you change your name to Matt, that hot weather will be here sooner than you think. I need to see the paperwork though. Yeah, Jenny. It's so hard to get rid of mosquitoes. My question is, because I'm not a mosquito scientist, why do they come back so fast? If they go away all winter, we have like 3 warm days and the mosquitoes are out again. Like, where do they come from? I don't understand mosquitoes. But yes, if we have a hard freeze, which we have a couple, we should be in the 20s, couple nights, probably Sunday night, Monday night. Hopefully that will kill them off again, but then they'll just return. I don't understand it. Yeah, Marilyn, I feel you on that. All right. Heather's going to the courthouse tomorrow. Heather, please don't. I was just kidding. No, I know you know that. At least I hope you know that. Okay. Anyway, as always, guys, thanks for your support. I appreciate it. I hope this helps. you can plan out your weekend. You can understand why your phone apps are changing, all that stuff. But I more so than anything, I'm just grateful for you guys. I appreciate the Region Weather family. You guys are great. If you have any questions, just DM me. If you need any merchandise, it's on there for you. And if you need a hug, we can do that virtually. Okay, there you go. All right. Have a great night. We'll get through this weather. Spring is right around the corner in terms of weather. I know it's already here. So it'll be here before you know it. We'll be complaining about the heat. All right. Have a good night, everybody.